Hey there, Cheesemeisters, and welcome back to the Peach Pod. That would have been Get Off This and Get On With It by Cracker. That was playing in the radio station when David showed up to work high and got fired and was surprised by it. Shocking. But that's what happened. We are this. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm Jeff. And that's just gas. And joining me on the other end of the internet, my host.
I'm Leslie, and I always knew you were a healer.
That's right. Everybody's getting healed. Wait, who was a healer?
That was Brandon said that to Lucinda in his wet dream.
Oh, his sex dream. That's right. Yeah. With the nurse outfit.
Nursey.
Yeah, that's a sign me up for that, Nursey. Whoo, boy.
I know.
Look, Cheesemeisters, I don't know what to tell you, but I think Dina Meyer's hot. There you go. I said it. Controversial hot take. That attractive lady is attractive.
Those casting directors knew what they were doing.
They did. They were boning me up.
Oh.
I mean, hello. This week, Cheesemeisters, we are watching Season 4, Episode 19, The Labors of Love. Original air date, February 2nd, 1994. Sweeps. So we're in theory about to kick into some high gear nonsense because it sweeps and that's what happens. Yeah, I got to be honest. This like second half of Season 4, it's like a blah period for me.
Oh,
There's just like I'm just not as interested in the show's not as like super ridiculous as it gets in like the later high school seasons or college seasons, but it and you know it's just like David's still wearing that fucking hat, and you know they can't, like, Brenda doesn't have anything to do like at all.
Yeah.
She's like second on the call sheet and has nothing to do. She's basically like de facto written out of the show.
It's really weird.
Yeah, I mean, clearly what's on screen is reflective of all the backstage whatnot, and you know, but yeah, it's they're just kind of a series of episodes. As much as I like David and his hat. So, you know, I know what's coming, and there's some interesting things and some things that I find particularly ridiculous. And as I told you while we were talking about it the other day, this is only the second hottest dream sequence that Brandon has this season.
Yeah.
So we've got an even sexier dream sequence coming up in the series finale, or season finale, I mean.
I'm excited.
So, yeah, no, me too. So, you know, there's some stuff coming up, but like these episodes that we've been going through, fine. You know,
come see, come saw, little bug.
Yeah, little bug. I don't know. How do you feel about where we are in season 4? Like with sort of what's happening, and you know, because again, your first time through it.
I mean, it's interesting enough to keep me going on this journey. It has been, I mean, it's still ridiculous, but it's clearly not to the level of ridiculousness that you know and love and want it to be at all the time.
Yeah.
I am saddened and like thrown each time I see Brenda less and less. I'm like,
yeah,
oh my God, what was, like, again, I don't know all of the drama, and you know, working with you, I'm not like super interested in it because it's so past at this point. Like,
yeah,
and you know, it clearly is reflecting in how they are writing her, and you know, good for her still doing it, because I would have been like, I'm sorry, I'm the second person in the opening credits and I'm exposition.
Yeah, I mean, she hasn't had a storyline since November.
Yeah,
you know, and it's fucking sweeps already. Like,
and granted, I do like the different pairings. That is really
Hmm.
interesting, and that is definitely an exercise they do on TV. But I can't help but find it a little odd to see Andrea and Kelly hanging out so much. Like, I think I said this around you. I'm like if I were Kelly and Andrea came to me out of all the girls in the group, I'd be like, "So why did you come to me?
Hmm.
Um, what are you implying that you think I know?" Um,
Right. Yeah.
which not to say that there's anything wrong with this kind of knowledge, but those are questions that came to my mind if someone came to
Right.
me in high school or like if this was high school or college me and someone came to me asking them for help with this, I'd be like,
Yeah.
what's been said? I'm
Just
that
making it
into
about you. I get it.
yeah, well, again,
You're pregnant? How does that reflect on me?
insight into the disturbances of Leslie.
Leslie's crazy, everybody. But we love her anyway. Uh, yeah, like that's fair. Like, and that's the other part of it too. As I sit here and think, like, Brenda doesn't have anything to do. Um, yeah, but like David and Donna and Kelly have had stuff to chew on instead of just
Yeah.
being in the background. They're brought forward. Steve hasn't had much to do the last few weeks ever since he um, went through the black ball ceremony, but he had like a whole fucking story arc that lasted like 2 months, and involved him getting some.
He's just been laughing through life.
Well, it's Steve Sanders. Um, and Brandon really hasn't had a whole lot to do as the secondary characters have become more front and center. But he's definitely had too much to do the last couple of weeks because look, he's back in school. He's dealing with the Emily Valentine of it all, I suppose. He hasn't mentioned her in weeks. Um, then Nat
Emily
has
who?
this heart attack, right? Then Nat has this heart attack, and Brandon has to save the day. But that's fine because that's what Brandon does. He saves the day. But he's on this task force, and the dean's like, you know what? You missed one meeting, and the whole thing almost fell apart. Like we almost lost our federal funding. It was a disaster. Uh, but now but Brandon's got a lot to do now, which is, maybe too much if you ask Jim. But, so here's where we are with this episode, Cheesemeisters. Um, David, is still wearing that hat.
Oh
He's doing
boy.
drugs, and Kelly, uh, kicks herself and Donna out of the apartment to
Because she
teach
finds the
David a lesson.
drugs.
Yeah, she found the drugs, and she's like, guess what? Uh, we're kicking me out. You stay here and have this 3-bedroom apartment to yourself. Punishment. Uh,
Hey, sometimes that's the best you can do.
yeah, yeah. It was easier to kick themselves out than kick David out, so they're out.
I mean, I'm mad about it, but
Yeah, I know. Um, and Nat's about ready to have his heart surgery. So, and then he does have his heart surgery, but before he has it, he has his chest shaved, which is information we needed to know, and tells everybody that he has no other friends besides these 2 college boys.
not a great look, Nat. You're like in the same group as Doc Brown. Like, why are you?
Yeah,
Which
yeah,
I'm sure many people would be like, hey, that's a great group to be in. And I'm like, is it?
yeah. You get some weird teenage friends. What are you gonna do? But good fluffy hair. Your teenage friends, all of them. Marty McFly, these 2 guys, they're all good.
Rockin', rollin', whatnot.
Whatnot. Um, so, and Jim is still like, Brandon, about the whole working too hard thing. And Dylan and Joey is just, man, I don't know. This place doesn't make any money, and he's real sad about it. And he and Dylan go to eat at the Peach Pit, do their part for King and Country. And they're waited on by Suzanne, who says, hey, Dylan, you should buy this restaurant, more or less. Joey is
Because you're
lamenting his
because you're
inability to
drinking
help.
all of the profits, and I'm like, it's bean water.
It is
That
being
is
water.
the cheapest thing. I'm
Yeah.
assuming, but I'm gonna say it. That's the cheapest thing on your menu, honey.
Yeah. I mean, as far as what it costs them.
Yes.
Yeah. Gotcha. Um, yeah. So Joey's like, man, I'd love to sell this place if only I could find a buyer. And Suzanne's like, you have a lot of money, Dylan. And for some reason, he doesn't strangle her to death like he does whenever anyone else mentions that he has money.
It's true.
And instead, he says, oh, well, all right. Look, I want to help, but it's going to require me doing something that I don't like doing, and that's making an appointment. But he does it anyway, Cheesemeisters. Dylan picks up the phone. We assume, we didn't see it, happens off camera, and makes an appointment to see Jimbo. And goes in and says, Jimbo, don't make me fire your ass. Write a $75,000 check to cousin Joey. I'm buying half the peach pit. Deal with it. And Jim, who recognizes no conflicts of interest, says, Dylan, you're one of my richest clients. And Nat, one of my poorest clients, could really use your money. But I don't think you should do it. I think it's a bad idea. You keep your money for you. You stay rich. Fuck that poor guy over there. And Dylan's like, rude. I'm going to give him money anyway. Do it, Jimbo. And Jimbo does it. And Dylan buys half the peach pit. Thus knocking Brandon into a downward identity spiral.
Yeah.
Where he doesn't know who he is if he's not the hero of the story. And everyone's worried that Brandon's going to, I don't know what they think he's going to do, but they're all kid gloves about it. Brenda, are you okay, Brandon? Oh, Brandon, I would have told you sooner. Don't say anything, Joey. Like, everybody's real worried about how Brandon's going to react to this news. And he reacts to it like someone gave him a turd sandwich and told him he had to pretend that it was meatloaf.
Yeah.
And he does. But I don't believe it's meatloaf. I know he thinks it's a turd sandwich. And but he's like, it's not about me. It's always about you. And he complains to Brenda a little bit. Ball was stolen from him. Like he played with fucking Teen Wolf on the basketball court.
Yep.
Just Doug Savant having the ball stolen by his own teammate. But he's like, it's about Nat, but we all know it's about you, fuck nuts.
Mm-hmm.
And he feels real bad, so he goes and fucks Lucinda.
Yeah, he definitely fucks away his problem. He's like, oh, someone is sad and needy.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
You
I can solve
rang?
the problem with my Schwanstucken. And Lucinda, by the way, she's back not just to be in Brandon's dreams as a sexy nurse, but also to teach the power of feminist politics at the university. She's remember, she's everything but dissertation. So,
Which, according to Brenda, I mean, it gets pretty personal. It shouldn't.
apparently, it does. When
Why?
you're in class with Lucinda, you look. It is a flower that unfolds. That's what it does. And around Lucinda, just the information comes out. I have to tell you all about my personal life. You have to tell me all about yours. That's what this class is about. It's ladies using their lady mouths to say their lady thoughts. And that's just, it's just nothing but personal.
Wow.
Is that how it works? I don't know. I never took a power of feminist politics class.
I sadly didn't either, but now you gave me you gave me something to be nostalgic for. It's not a feminist class, unfortunately. I didn't take that in college, but
Is it a flower opening up?
and no. Although now you've also got me thinking about Great Gatsby because there is a line about like she opened up like a flower for him, which we all know what that means.
It means pussy. What? That's what it means. We all knew. I was just saying it out loud.
What?
I know. But Lucinda's back and she's teaching classes and shit. Andrea is going to get an abortion, but she has to wait because she's not the only pregnant lady in all of Los Angeles County who would like to get an abortion today. Calm the fuck down, Andrea. Jesus. Um,
Great
the
response.
the doctor does a good job of absorbing the literature that Andrea reads at her, and then pointing out the very real fact that you're not special.
Right? Like,
there's
I'm
a lot
sorry.
of this going on right now.
Were you not just in the same waiting area where I collected you from?
Right, with all the
Check
other,
yourself.
yeah, yeah. So Andrea's worked up. But she wants to get this abortion handled, and she has not told this to Jesse yet. So she goes to tell him, and Jesse is like not cool with this decision she's made. Um, Never once tells her that it's not her decision to make. So good job, Jesse. But he's not cool with it, which is his right to not be cool with it.
Sure, but the one thing I would have liked for him to do or been written to do would have been like ask her why. Cuz there's
Mm.
just this you want to get an abortion? No, that's upsetting and like yeah, that's perfectly valid for you to be upset, but maybe ask her why.
Do you think that there's anyone who doesn't know why?
I just think I'm the person who thinks it's better to talk things out and
I
I
get
would
that.
rather I don't know. I have such an urgent need to be clear and understood. Uh
Hmm.
and I mean, it sounds from watching it, I mean, it's not her. I think there are a variety of reasons why people would get an abortion. And I know you know this, like
No,
just
but I mean
because you're,
her specifically in this case. I think Jesse understands why she would want one.
I don't think he does really. I think he's so excited about how they're going to make it work that he's not thinking about how she finds that a bit stressful.
I don't buy it. I think
Okay.
that he knows who he's dating, right? He knows he's dating a very smart, very driven 19-year-old college freshman
Hmm.
who did not have this in her plans and like knows that having a baby at 19 does not fit the image that she has of her life. I think he knows that. I think he understands that she is nervous about her ability to do this. Like she doesn't she and because Andrea is analytical,
Yeah.
she will run through the checklist like she did with the doctor. Like these are all of my options. I've considered each of them, and this is what I want to do. Like I have no doubt that that's how she approached this,
I
and I
still
think he knows
feel I think I mean, I agree to a point. I still feel like he's a bit head in the clouds about this
that.
and
Sure.
like he's not being as naive as Donna with David, but he's certainly, I think he's being a little naive. Like yes, he can know these things, but
Hmm.
I still don't think they've discussed it enough
Yeah.
because that's where I see some of the like wait, you're going through with it? Yeah. Like I wait, but we talked about this thing. And yet there's still not like a common ground. I don't
Yeah.
know. There's stuff
Mhm.
missing.
Yeah. I mean, I think some of that can be laid at the feet of Andrea not really knowing what she wants to do. Like,
Fair.
thinking she does, but then changing her mind and then changing her mind again because this is a big decision and she is struggling with it.
Yeah.
And I think that when they last spoke, he probably thought that he knew what was happening, and
Yeah.
then it changed, and it changed off screen when he wasn't around, so we didn't know that it was going on either. Um, and then it changed again. This time it changed on screen, but away from him. So Jesse's a little bit in the dark here, but he's also, um, I think Jesse's position of if you do this, I don't want to see you anymore is understandable. Because he's not like, you're a terrible person and all of that, and like, you didn't do what I want, so go fuck off. It feels more um like he understands that it's her decision to make, but it impacts him, and he wants to have this child.
Yeah.
And if she decides that's not going to happen, that's not something he can get over.
And
And that's
that
fair.
is fair. That is
Yeah.
absolutely, like, they, all things considered, I feel like they did a decent job
Mm-hmm.
writing this, because even though it is still pretty rushed, but I feel like they covered some territory with, like,
Mm-hmm.
they didn't write him to be having the most, outraged expression.
Right.
They very clearly wrote him to be expressing feelings that are valid.
Mm-hmm.
And we got to go on, I would say, a logical journey that
Mm-hmm.
many other women have been on in deciding what to do. But I mean, as I watched it, I don't know. I felt like I was going to have, and I think I clearly am having trouble talking about it, because like it's such a hot button issue.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but
I
yeah,
do
all
think
things, yeah,
I think it's handled pretty well.
yeah.
It's certainly handled better than Take Back the Night Week.
Absolutely. And granted, any other TV show, I get really annoyed when they do this whole like, oh, will she, won't she have an abortion? Of course, she's not
Mm-hmm.
going to have an abortion because everyone's a coward. The writers, not the people involved. I just want to make that distinction very clear.
Mm-hmm.
You do you. I do believe your body, your choice. But I liked seeing this journey and this evolution for Andre of like, yes, I am scared and I really am not ready for my life to change in this way, but like she's clearly feeling things for the baby, and she has feelings for Jesse, and like, ultimately it seems like she comes to the conclusion like, I can't handle this. I want this.
Yeah. And so they get engaged and announce it to everybody and have breadsticks.
I think I have more of a problem with the fact that they so immediately are like, we're just gonna get married. I'm like, oh, now you lost me. Like,
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
granted, either thing involves choice,
Mhm.
but one does not mean you have to do the other.
Right. That's true. Yeah. They don't have to.
So that
Um,
drives me a little crazy.
yeah. But, on the plus side, we're probably going to get to see Andrea get dressed for church again. Which, I mean, I doubt she's going to dress like a blueberry this time, but you never know.
I mean, she's gonna have a little bump probably.
Yep.
So like Pam on The Office, not get to wear the wedding dress that she wanted to.
Like Jackie.
Oh, I completely forgot about Jackie being pregnant and married, because
Yep.
I wasn't as
Because you're
excited. I'm just
so mad
am
at
I ever
Mel
gonna
Silver
be
DDS.
am I ever gonna be excited for weddings on this show?
Uh, I don't know. I'm trying to think of one. I'm trying to think of one that's like objectively, like, yay. Maybe one.
And I already know which one it is. All right, cool.
Maybe. Maybe.
I know
Maybe
a
the
few.
one.
There's
Yeah.
one in particular, I'm not going to say which, that keeps popping up in my timeline lately, and I'm like, just keep scrolling. But then blurbs, like you see captions, and I'm like, oh, no, that's in my brain now. So it's
Yeah.
going to be
Well.
very interesting the longer we do this, just to see how much I know by the end.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, there's no way you can know it all, but
No, I
it
can't.
depends on how much. It depends on how many memes you're exposed to. But the other thing going on in this episode is David and his drugs. He he's living in the apartment by himself, and they're not going to pay the rent, and he wants more drugs, but he doesn't have any more money, and he loses his job at the radio station, but he still has his hat, so never fear. and but he doesn't have to go to Howard suddenly magically to get his drugs. He has to go right down the hall from Andrea, where there's a guy who is just with the scales out and measuring the drugs,
Yeah.
packaging them for sale, and then shooting them up in between his toes. Yeah. And so we leave. And so Donna and Kelly's like, "We're moving out. Come on, Donna." And Donna's like, "We you got a mouse in your pocket?" And so Donna is like, Kelly's like, "And fuck David's rent." And Donna's like, "Well, that feels shitty." And so she's like, "I'm gonna, David, don't tell Kelly, but I'm gonna give you money for the rent so that you're not kicked out of our house that we're probably gonna want to move back into."
Mm.
And she's like, "I'll just write the check to Mr. Pitts or Howard Stern. How would you like me to do it?" And he's like, "Oh, to me."
Yeah.
And Donna says, "Makes sense," and writes David a check that he then cashes immediately and turns into drugs that, in theory, he's going to shoot between his toes. Because everything goes from 0 to 100 in 4.5 minutes. Yep.
I think I texted you the first time I watched it. I went, "Ooh, this episode is oogie."
It was a little oogie. So I forgot to ask you this 20 minutes ago, but did you throw up in your mouth or throw something?
I realized why you forgot too. It's because we watched it together the other day, so you got
That's
to
right,
see.
I knew.
Yeah, I wanted to throw things when Kelly was like, "Well, then we're moving out," and I'm like, "Kick him out! Kick
Yeah.
him out!"
I know. I don't have nearly the problem with that you do, but it really got up your craw.
Well, considering what I went through this summer, I think you
Yeah,
can understand why
I-
that is upsetting to me.
Yeah, I was forgetting
can-
that you were bringing your own life experience into play here.
And actually say triggered.
Yeah. But as your life tells you, it's easier to move out than to kick someone out.
Absolutely.
You
It
know?
sure is. Should I not be bringing my own life experiences to the show anymore? I will stop.
No, you won't. That's impossible. You can't stop doing that.
I can try.
Why would you though? Like that, you're supposed to like. Anyone who watches any art brings their own life experience to it. You shut that off, and then what are you doing? You're just looking at a blank wall.
I know, but if it's annoying, I don't want to do it.
No. I don't factor in your life experiences 100% when I think about the things we're watching on this show.
Well, of course not.
Yeah, in large part because it's your life experiences and not mine, and then also because mostly I just think about me, and and third because this shit predates all of your life experiences. So like I have a whole relationship with this that exists way before your relationship that is forming right now. So I don't do that right away. If I did,
Nor
it was just
should you.
no, and it would be boring if I was like, and this is what I think, and now I'm Leslie, and this is what I think. Like that wouldn't, that's no good. Me doing a Leslie voice is like that was enough of that, to be honest with you. But
you need to warm up more for that, probably.
No, I meant for the listeners.
Wow.
I can do my Leslie voice all day.
You don't think they can handle listening to two women?
Oh yeah, I'm woman like Monty Python woman.
Yes.
Hello, Mrs. Gorilla. Hello, Mrs. Non-Gorilla.
King of the who?
King of the what? Oh, you can't eat that roll.
Dennis is a lovely bit of filth.
How did you know that was going to happen? Yeah, that's where my lady voice comes from. All right, what was this episode really about?
Everybody wants to rule the world.
Oh, all right.
That was hard. I forgot how low that song goes. Anyway, needed more whiskey for that. Yeah, everyone wants to feel in control. Like,
yeah,
Brandon needs to feel in control by saving people, or in this case, the Peach Pit. And then when that's taken away, he's like, Okay, let me send out my spidey senses. Ding, 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 ding. Ah, single woman.
Let me help you out of
Dylan,
those clothes.
this poor guy just. What am I going to do with the money, Brandon? Buy another Porsche?
Yep.
Fuck off. He, but I will say at least, he wants to help out, but also I think
Mhm.
wants to be a little bit in control because he doesn't want to lose the peach. They both don't want to lose the peach pit because it is, you know, it is innocence. It is a safe place for them. It is where all of them became friends. Like,
Mhm.
fair. Uh, I think Donna wants to be in control by helping David because people keep kind of, yelling at her and pushing her around. So finally she's like, no, I'm just going to give you the money.
Mhm.
Uh, Jim negging Brandon. I don't even know if
Mhm.
I used that right, but, or passive aggressively going at
Yeah.
Brandon.
Yep.
Andrea not chatting with Jesse more in depth, clearly.
Yeah.
Like I get it. Ultimately is your choice, Andrea. Um, but you have someone you are in love with and is part of this relationship and you're both committed. So ergo, uh, you need to tell your partner. Like you need to have a full discussion about what you're
Mhm.
going to do. But again, I don't feel comfortable saying such things because I have not been in this situation.
Well, I mean, I haven't either, but um, I it strikes me that everything we know about Andrea is she's really good at reasoning things out. Like she's really good at having the conversation inside her own head.
Mm-hmm.
Like where she doesn't need necessarily the other person to be involved. Um, she can just sort of do both sides and come to the conclusion that she comes to. She's not as good at having the out loud conversation, you know?
Yeah.
And so we see her barely try to have the out loud conversation because she has the internal conversation out loud when she's talking to her stomach. But like mostly it's just she's an internal person, you know?
Yeah, and I mean, I think it makes sense. Again, it's a good reminder that these are still young adults,
Mm-hmm.
in these situations and, she's only been sexually active for a few months. Like she's
Mm-hmm.
not going to be suddenly able to have a conversation about her body with another person and what
Mm-hmm.
she does and does not want to do with it.
Yep.
Um yeah, it's logical, but yeah, those
Mhm.
are my examples for why
Yeah,
people want to be in control.
I agree. I think they do. Um, Here's one thing I think this episode is about: um, people acting unilaterally, just making decisions on their own and doing it. And
Yeah.
like Dylan buys the Peach Pit. Like he did barely even consults Jim. He gets Jim involved because Jim's going to do the work and he doesn't have to. Um, Andrea's whole back and forth. It like she's constantly making this decision by herself,
Hmm.
um, without getting other people's input. Like every decision she makes, which is all of them, kind of, she makes on her own, and then she just tells people what they are. Kelly unilaterally decides that she's moving out and taking Donna with her, uh, and that they're not giving David any money. She decides she's staying at Dylan's. Um, by the way, Dylan has a different answering machine message. No beeparoonies or you know what to do's. Um,
Also, why doesn't Kelly have a key to his apartment? Because she calls him and says, "Hey, can you put the key under the mat?" And I'm like, "Bitch, why don't you have a key?"
I don't know. I guess they're just, not at that stage of the relationship. They keep breaking up. You know what I mean? It's been a little off and on for them this year.
I guess. I also okay. Brief segue back for a minute. The moment he's like, "When Kelly's with me, she's never in want
She
of
didn't crave
anything.
anything. Yeah.
Doesn't crave anything." And the look Kelly gives him is just like, "And that's how we'll let you keep thinking."
Sure. That's right. As long as you give me a free place to stay and some D every now and again, we're fine.
Yeah. As long as you occasionally get me to orgasm, we're good.
That's right. Um, and Donna just unilaterally deciding to give David the rent money, like even though everyone tells her not to. It's just one person deciding to do stuff after another in this episode, and everyone else just having to go, fuck, really? All right, I guess so. I guess what we're doing now. Oh, you got married, Andrea, and you're getting married. Oh, and you got knocked. Damn, there's a lot going on around here.
Whiplash.
No one asked me, said Brenda.
But truly.
I know, poor Brenda.
She's just there, like furniture.
Uh-huh. Yep. Oh, hi. I'm Brandon's sister. You probably fucked him.
Oh my god, yeah. I wish that was the intro. He's either yelled at you or you fucked him.
Yeah, it's
or
really
both.
Yeah, it could have been both. Like Chick Snyder.
God, forgot about that.
My Brandon Chick Snyder hot fanfic. This is how, like, 50 Shades of Chick. That's what this shit is. It's hot.
The factory is the red room.
That's right. Not my green room, though. What else do you think this episode might really have been about?
Everyone's trying to make others happy.
Yeah, I had people trying to help but not really knowing how.
Yeah.
You know?
Because I think Dylan is one of the more perplexing ones, because not that he can't be generous, he can. But it was unexpected. Well, I shouldn't say unexpected, because I did call it. I was like, he's going to throw money at this or something.
Well, you said he should buy it.
Well, like, as I'm watching it, I'm
like
he should.
3 episodes ago, you were like, Dylan should just buy the peach bit. I was like,
oh, see, I forgot
like
my own brilliance.
I think you texted me that, and I was like, not replying.
I know. It's funny when you go quiet.
Yeah. Sometimes it's because I went to sleep.
That's true.
Yeah.
Or you're not up yet, because I get up early.
That's true.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess I just don't think of Dylan as someone who is trying to make other people happy. Again, not because he is a completely selfish dick, but he is still very much learning how to be on his own and handle his money.
Yep.
You know, I think he's still getting used to having a chosen family and letting them be part of his life. I mean, he had so many weeks in a row he was going to go to Baja, and then, like, oh my god, these people want to be around me. Okay, I'll stay.
You know, there's been an evolution, though, with Dylan and his money, because, like, who was it that? Oh, he definitely could have bailed Brandon out of his gambling debts last year.
Yeah.
But Brandon didn't ask. He wasn't there something where Steve could have used some money? Or, because, well, there was a thing where Kelly told Dylan, why don't you just give him some money?
Yeah, and I can't remember.
And I can't remember who it was. But Dylan was like, got all offended and was like, quit spending my money. That's really fucking nasty that you're telling people that I should help them with their money. And then Suzanne and Erica show up, and he's like, would you like some money? I'll give you some money. And then Joey's
keyboard?
like,
I can get you another keyboard.
I can get you a keyboard. That's right. 2 keyboards. We'll just play next to each other. Saints go marching in. Anybody? Let's do it. Stephen freaking Foster. Camptown Races. So, like, he's like willing to give them money, and now Joey's like, if I could only find a buyer. And Dylan's like, maybe I have money. Sip my coffee.
But like with his mouth on his thumb.
Well, sure. You know, I don't think he trusts Suzanne to wash the dishes very well. She's like the only person who's working back there. She can't possibly have enough time sanitizing the dishes.
Okay, but like if that was really his concern, like if that was Luke Perry's concern, because I have definitely been that actor when there are scenes where everyone has a champagne glass each night. I've been that actor to go, hey, these are being washed, right?
Yeah. This isn't like communion, is it? This isn't like a big genital cup that we're all just licking, right? And you're cleaning with the tiniest of wipes. Yeah. I mean, I don't know if that's what's going on with Dylan, but it wouldn't surprise me if he was like, I mean, look, this place is filthy.
It's just
Like,
a unique quirk. I was like,
I guess.
he's putting his mouth on his thumb and sipping from there.
Yep. Well, probably how he does that too. All I'm,
Probably.
all I'm saying. Um, I think Brandon is trying to help and doesn't know how, other than to just do everything himself. I mean, he does have people coming in and taking shifts, which is good, but he's doing breakfast every morning and sacrificing all of the hard work of the task force that cannot function without him. Um, there's no way he can help without being kind of insufferable about it.
I was
Uh,
just gonna say, like, he is so determined to do good in this world that it is, but to a fault. Like,
he wants everyone to see how hard he's working to help someone out.
he's the worst version of George Bailey.
Yeah. Yeah. He's like, Mama Dollar and Papa Dollar better fuck in front of everybody. Everybody come watch.
Like, because George Bailey, he has that, not that one time, but he has that one big go off on everyone. Like,
Mm-hmm.
his family, the kids. I mean, obviously he yells at that poor teacher as well.
Yeah, that's right.
What stupid people are you anyway?
Lazy, stupid, careless people.
Awful. Don't ever.
Maybe my kids haven't got enough money. Well,
She cried for over an hour. Anyway,
yeah.
Brandon is the worst version of George Bailey in that he is wanting to do all these things to be good, and yet also he's going to yell at people in the process and make
Mhm.
sure they know they either aren't appreciating him enough or they're not doing enough.
Yeah. Brandon is at his core doing everything to get noticed.
He's a woke Karen.
Oh, I don't like it. I don't like any part of that sentence. Erase it from my brain.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Yeah, don't like it. Kelly wants to help Andrea, and it doesn't really know how, but she's doing the best she can.
Yeah.
She really wants to help David, and she thinks she knows how because she's done it before, which sucks that you're 19 and you have this experience to fall back on.
Yes.
But there's no guarantee it's going to work. Like David is still spiraling, and he has not hit rock bottom yet, even though he's doing some pretty rock bottom adjacent activities. But Kelly's like doxing him, and like she's like, "No, David, he's on drugs."
Yeah.
Yeah, what's going on with David? Oh, it's drugs. Yeah, he's drinking meth orange juice.
She said, if I'm not allowed to help you, I'm spilling all your tea around
Burning it down.
Yeah.
Yep. I mean, I kind of like that. Like, why is it on her to keep his secret? Like, that's weight she doesn't need to carry. So she's just like, oh, David, drugs.
Here's a more exciting reference to make up for the previous one that made you grossed out. It's Hamilton with the Reynolds pamphlet.
Oh, that didn't end too well.
Okay, they're not all going to end well. You know what? I'm pretty fucking proud of my references this episode.
I like it. I'm just saying that didn't go good for anybody.
No.
I mean, look at them. They're all dead.
Jeff.
Just proof that it was a bad idea. They all died.
It was going to happen sooner or later.
You don't know that. Just because it did happen.
Oh, no.
Just because it happened doesn't mean it had to.
Do we need to have a talk about how life ends?
You shut your mouth.
Oh, no.
Don't say that you stop it. Saying bad things to my ears.
Okay.
Donna didn't want to help anybody either, but she'd like to. So how about here's the rent? Yeah, it's people trying, but they're no good at it. What else is this episode about? I have a couple more things.
Oh, go for it, because I struggled with this one.
Ah, well, this fits. Everything's hard.
Oh boy,
That's what this
how?
episode is about. Everything is hard. Pregnancy is hard. Having a pregnant girlfriend is hard. Covering for Nat is hard. Getting off drugs is hard. Dealing with someone who is on drugs is hard. Thawing out Cindy's lasagna is hard. Like, it is, everyone is having struggles.
Brandon is hard.
Brandon is hard. Yeah, good work. Shouts to Deshaun Hardell. Yeah, it's just everything's tough. Like, there's not like the only people who are having an easy time this episode are Steve and Brenda because they ain't got nothing to do.
I know, just occasionally there and participating, random shot of Steve laughing, like, yeah, well, we had Ian for the day, so
Yeah,
made the
he
most
almost
of it.
he spilled Coke on himself, I think, is what happened.
Oh,
Look, I don't know how tall Ian Ziering is. I think he's about 6 feet tall, 5'11", maybe.
I don't
Like, he's
remember.
not short. He's not like he's taller than Brandon. He's not as tall as David, I don't think anymore. David's a tall person. But what I'm saying is he's too tall to sit on the counter in the peach pit. Like, it's just not comfortable, dude. You can't sit on a counter that high and cross your legs if you're 6 feet tall. It just doesn't feel
Fair
right.
enough.
It's not good. So knock it off, Steve. 30 years ago. So things I have a problem with. I tell you what, the thing I really have a problem with is how quickly everything escalates in this place. Like, Andrea went from being a virgin to married and pregnant in like 4 months.
Yeah.
She's not married yet, but she's engaged. They hit the gas pedal real hard. From meth in your orange juice to needles between your toes, that is not a progression that has to happen. And it certainly doesn't have to happen in 3 weeks.
I was just going to say, not in less than a month.
It really got there quick. Everything in this show is like the news anchor fight in Anchorman.
That escalated quickly.
It really got out of hand.
Brick killed a guy.
Yeah.
I did.
Stabbed a man in the heart. Yeah, you may be wanted for murder.
I love that movie.
Better lay low for a while. Yeah, this whole thing it just escalated quickly. I mean, that really got out of hand. And from hearing that Lucinda is back to taking her to Bone Town, like,
not just back and single.
Back and single and teaching about feminist politics. And Brandon's like, I got some feminist
He's
politics
like,
for you.
Ooh, you're political now.
That's right. Oh, sussy minx. Yeah, it got out of hand quick. Yeah, things just again, we're not in the land of like single episode issues anymore, where things go from, hey, my name's the girl under the tree who sings. Here's my baby Joey. Bye. Like,
yeah,
like we don't have that all in one episode, or like, oh, hi, I'm Anna's niece. Remember Anna? She started a new business. She's a catering company now, and I'm her niece, and I'm turning state's evidence or whatever.
turning state's witness.
now the guy I was going to turn the evidence against is dead or something, and I'm gone. Pasadena, it's too far away. Don't try to find me. Like, we're not doing that anymore.
Sadly.
But, yeah, I know. It does have its charms.
But I think this is a good reminder that they're still kids, because like you don't achieve some incredible maturity from senior year of high school to freshman year of college.
That's true.
Like, you're still going to have outrageous reactions to things. Like, again, I just worked with some high school kids briefly, and I thought like, oh wow, yeah, you all do get pretty riled up easily. Forgot about that.
Yeah. They're excited.
Keeps you on your toes. They're excited. Yeah, they're hysterical.
Because of their uteruses?
I got no comeback for that.
I mean, that's where that word comes from.
Yes, I know, because of the wandering womb crying out for a child.
All the wombs.
You know what? That's why people don't trust science now, because science, old-fashioned medicine was crap.
Um, well, look, there was a time when we thought that your daughter might be sick because of an imbalance of bodily humors. But now we know it's because she has a toad or small dwarf living in her stomach.
What?
That,
What?
that's from Theodoric of York, medieval barber. This is
Sounds
Saturday.
awesome.
It's really funny. It's Steve Martin as a medieval barber on Saturday Night Live.
Ah.
Yeah, it's quite good. Um, Time for another bloodletting.
Yep.
Yep. Okay, what did this make you nostalgic for?
I had no idea until you were talking about Lucinda's feminist class, and
Oh,
and so I forget how I got into this freshman year, and ultimately it doesn't matter. But I wound up in a women's health class,
mm-hmm.
and so glad I did because I mean I think, granted, I'm at an age now where anything I could have contributed to knowledge now, I would have figured out eventually. But just like that class helped me so much coming from like sheltered home, Southern
Mm.
Indiana, now out in the world on my own. Like it was awesome, great teacher.
Mm-hmm.
I remember there being only one guy in the class, and of course thinking like, what are you doing here? Um, but now I say, you know what? Good for
I bet
you.
you. Oh, I thought you were going to say. I bet you. You know what? I bet you got laid in this class. Was that what you were going to?
I had not thought about that.
He did.
Hey, if that's your tactics are your tactics, but if you learn
There you
something in
go.
the process, that's awesome. That's
Yeah.
better than you getting laid. Maybe not to you, but to me, the person who has no relation to any of this.
Right.
But
That's
yeah,
right.
I really liked my women's health class. Good times, good memories. Back to freshman year.
Nice. This makes me nostalgic for being a better RA than Andrea's RA
Who
because
continues to suck.
oh my god, she's really bad at her job. Like she's just not there, obviously, anywhere. But when she is there, she lets strange men into the girls' rooms and turns a blind eye to a drug operation that is keeping the entire campus on. Like she's worse at police work than Hank is, you guys.
Oh
Like,
no.
look, this guy. I'm not saying that that Andy, the drug dealer, is Walter White, but I am saying that it's ridiculous that he's doing this in a dorm and hasn't been caught, and it's probably because his RA is terrible. Um,
Maybe
you
she's
know,
part of the drug ring.
she might be, um, or she's just like she didn't care about losing her job. He's like, I didn't want to live on this floor anyway. Why don't you go in? Go on in. Go on in. It's fine. She'll be back. Sure, it's fine.
Wow.
While you're waiting, Andy down here has syringes and meth. Like, just like yeah. And the common room has a sex swing. Just go. Have a good time. I don't care.
Wow.
I don't care.
If only.
Do what you want. Do what you want. It's fine. Everything's good here. I'm going to sit down and watch Jerry Springer. That was happening in the dorm when I was in college. Was people watching Jerry Springer?
I need a spin-off. I need an episode where we just follow a day in the life of this RA.
Oh man, you couldn't pay me enough to be an RA again. Whew, rough gig. Not as bad as being a school principal, but it's it makes you tired. All right, who is your Steve Sanders Memorial worst person of the episode?
This is another one I wasn't sure of before the episode began, and I'm
Okay.
still. No, that's not true. I'm gonna say David. I want his ass kicked to the curb. I cannot wait to see him hit rock bottom
Mm-hmm.
and realize what an asshat he has been this whole time. I really.
Don't you get
Yeah.
it? He's Mrs. Nesbit. Look at the hat. Look at me. I'm David on drugs. Howdy, howdy, howdy.
He's an asshat.
He is. That's what he's wearing. He's wearing an ass hat.
Like, and they're all gonna live together again at some point. I just know it, and I'm like, this is worse than on Friends and How I Met Your Mother, and
Look, you can
this is
only
why
build so
people
many
wind up
sets.
back together.
You can only build so many sets. And they
I
already,
know.
like, you know how you could tell Jesse was going to stay around? Because he has a house. Like, Jesse
Oh
lives
yeah.
somewhere, and Andrea's been there twice. It's like, well, they built that thing, and I guess they're going back there. Um, the nice thing is, throughout the course of college, the number of different people who live in that exact same dorm room set, because they only built like two, they only built like one dorm room. It's, maybe two. Um, and so it's just like everybody takes a turn living in the dorms, basically, at some point. Not
Oh,
everybody,
interesting.
but like it just gets used for like, oh, guess who's living in that dorm room again?
Because Andrea is obviously not going to stay in the dorms. She's going to
Right.
move in with Jesse.
Mm-hmm.
Huh. I'm going to guess that David's going to the dorms next.
Okay. All right.
Oh, he can't go on that floor because then he's going to be tempted all the time.
Yeah, unless his drug dealer moves out. I don't remember what happens if his drug dealer moves out or not,
Oh,
or if he
okay.
just graduates early. I don't know what the deal is. I was also going to say David, get rid of that hat, worst person of the episode, but I think it's much more of a coin toss, and so I'm going to give it to Brandon for making everything about you, asshole. Calm down.
Yes.
Like Nat had a heart attack. That man just had to have his chest hair shaved off. That is Nat motherfucking Busicchio.
That's
That
where
is a
his
man.
Italian powers come from.
He is proud of this chest hair, and it is now gone. His tiny, tiny little nipples are just naked now, like just a field of skin. Like, and he's wheeling in to have potentially, like, he could die on the operating table. This is heart bypass surgery. This is a big deal surgery. And he has to give his last two words to you fools. And like you're his best friends. And still, Brandon, you're making this about you. Dylan steps up and buys Joey out and gives, I guess, a full-time job to Suzanne as like restaurant manager person. I don't know where that money's coming from. There's no way Dylan's only spending 75 grand. He's having to because all that did was get Joey out. He's having to invest more money in.
Sure.
Because the Peach Pit needs to hire 3 new people. And Brandon's like, none of them are going to be me, I bet. Like,
You couldn't afford me as a consultant.
he should hire Brandon as a consultant. I mean,
Yeah.
he knows he's the only one. Him and Nadine are the only two who know how to run this place. And I guess now
Fuck is
Suzanne.
Nadine? I've never seen Nadine.
Yeah, she's back there sometimes. You'll see her. You'll know Nadine is. But you can't just do these things to help Nat out. You have to do them and then get all butthurt when people aren't giving you enough attention.
Yeah.
But getting mad when they do give you attention. I don't appreciate that. I made a commitment. Like it's just shut up, you big whiny baby.
Yeah.
Eat it. Jeez, Brandon.
Man.
This is like it's probably the least objective what's the word? Objectionable. This is like the least objectionable thing that we've ever given Brandon worst person of the episode for, but it rubs me raw. I don't like it.
No, I definitely considered giving it to him too because I mean the way people are treating him just lets you know that he is a child.
Yeah, they're so worried that
we can't tell him. He's gonna be so sad.
Brandon's gonna be a touch.
He's fine. He had a sex dream. He's okay.
Yeah, it's okay.
I was curious.
Uh-huh.
I was curious if there was any place from your high school. Oh, I already know the answer.
Oh, well, ask it anyway, because the Cheesemeisters don't all know the answer.
Of course, yeah. Sorry, Cheesemeisters, you're not in my brain. You don't have the link like Jeff and I do now. If you could save any place from your high school or college years, any restaurant, what would you say?
It's the Irish Lion.
Yeah, no, I knew it halfway through asking. I was like, oh,
Yeah.
that's a dumbass question. And yeah,
Every day of the week and twice on Sunday.
I'm
I'm saving the
I'm
line.
with you there. I can't. Yeah, I because the only other place I ever frequented as much after a show was White Castle in high school, and that bitch is still going strong as
Yeah.
she should be.
I would
But
also I would also save Mad Mushroom in Bloomington to get the cheese sticks because those were really good. Um,
mm,
and I would save Wesley's Ranch House in New Albany. Uh,
ah,
but I guess you can still get the ranch burger. I've heard at like an American Legion or something in Sellersburg. So this is a thing. We were going to do this after Thanksgiving, but they don't do it on Fridays. They like bought the recipe for these hamburgers um, that you could only get at Ranch House. So I would save those. Those would be places. Um, but yeah, 100% it's the Irish Lion. Like it's not even a second. Oh fuck! Second choice, Clifton's.
it's Clifton's.
Clifton's Pizza Company in Louisville.
Oh, I did go there once with you. Oh, I
Yeah.
did not. They closed.
They did. Yeah, the guy who ran it was like he was just burned out. Like
Seems to be a thing.
yeah, like Michael knows him and he was like, "Yeah, they've been like that guy has been working 7 days a week for like the last 8 years
Wow.
without a day off." And I'm like, "Jesus." Like I could see it. I could see being burned out.
This is not to the level of sentimentality as those other places are, but I do feel I would be remiss if I didn't mention Lynn's Paradise Cafe.
And that's not still open?
Oh no, it closed years ago because I
Oh.
think it was another situation of she was also tired and didn't
Mhm.
want to keep going or have someone else buy it. Um, I think I only got to go to that place twice, but it was one of those that like everyone talked about and you had to go to, and it was really
Yep.
fucking cool. So yeah, shout out to the restaurants that made us who we are
I know.
and are no longer
I know.
because they went the way of Hamilton and Reynolds, and most of us will.
That's right. Most of us. Not all. Um,
My God. Good luck with that. Have fun. I don't want to be
right.
here.
It's exhausting. Um, but the question of saving a restaurant is a good one, and it leads us into what you should join us here for on Friday, Cheesemeisters, where we are going to watch Big Night. And spoilers, we already watched it. We watched it together. Leslie didn't like it as much as Teen Wolf. I'm lying.
I was going to say, excuse me?
Yep. Now we're gonna have to talk about the direct comparison between the Stanley Tucci movie and Teen Wolf, because I'm sure there's a bunch of them. Well, Tony Shalhoub has a mustache almost as furry as Scott.
Michael J. Fox's face.
Yeah, yeah. But yeah, we're gonna watch Big Night, which is a movie that neither one of us had seen, but both of us quite enjoyed. So join us here for that on Friday, Cheesemeisters, and then join us here next Wednesday when we watch season 4, episode 20, Scared Very Straight.
Oh my God. It's a gay storyline.
Yeah, I think it's mostly about drugs.
God damn it.
I
I mean, I know they're not going to. You know what? I shouldn't even wish for queer storylines at this point because they're going to fuck that up too. And it's.
Yeah, just keep in mind you're asking for 1994 queer stories.
I know. And
That's not going to be what you want it to be.
well, and that's the thing. After Take Back the Week, which, side note, real quick, that is one of our most listened to 90210 episodes on YouTube.
Good. People should.
I'm amazed, but I'm also like, that is a great episode to listen to because we were
firing.
We were.
That's right. Well, it's because have I told you how hard it is to be a dude?
Fuck off.
It's really hard.
Fuck off.
I don't know. I don't know what we're supposed to do out here, us dudes.
You're supposed to fuck off.
Noted. So, yeah, Scared Very Straight. David does drugs so much they make him gay.
Oh no.
No, that's not what happened.
Gateway drug.
That's right. Things escalate quickly on this show. That's all I'm saying.
Oh my god. No. Oh gosh. Damn, I really thought I was on to something there. I thought I was.
I mean, the title does. I don't think that there's anyone involved in any gay shenanigans next week. But, you know, who knows what David's willing to do for drugs. Probably not that. It's network TV.
I mean, they wouldn't even show the feed. I was thinking, as he's watching them shoot up, I was like, man, this show walked so that Euphoria could inject.
No, I don't want it. No, I don't want to be part of Euphoria.
I have no idea, and I never will, because I love, this is, I know I've achieved adulthood by the fact that every other adult I mention this to is just like, yeah, I have no desire. I'm not watching it. I'm like,
I'm good.
Hey,
cool. I'm real good. I'm real good. I like all those people on that show. I'm real good.
But any 90s teen drama, we're there, baby.
Yeah. Yeah, because this is some silly bullshit. Meth and orange juice. All right. I think we did it.
We did.
All right. So until Friday in the After Dark and Big Night, Cheesemeisters.
Bye.
Bye.